Hey guys, this is Brendan Mejia from Power Rangers Dino Charge.
This is Jack Guzman. I play Danny Delgado as the Black Ranger on Wild Ford.
Hey, it's Mike Chen. This is the Gold Power Ranger from Power Rangers RPM.
And this is Steve Cardenas, a.k.a. Rocky the Red Power Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
My name is Peter Sudarso. I play Preston the Blue Ninja Steel Ranger and Marvin the Red Hyperforce Ranger.
Hey guys, this is Tracy Lynn Cruz.
Do you like dancing and do you like Power Rangers? Well, make sure to come to Morphicon 2018 to the Angel Grove High School Prom. I'll see you there.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys at the Angel Grove High School Prom Party hosted by that hashtag show. Looking forward to seeing you guys there. Come out and have some fun. Peace.
Come join me at the Angel Grove Prom at PMC 2018. I've never been to a prom because in New Zealand we don't have prom. So join me. It's going to be my first. Crown me, prom king. No, okay, don't do that.
And I need you guys to make sure you join me at the Angel Grove Senior Prom at Power Morphicon this year.
And I want to see you at the hashtag show's Angel Grove Prom at Power Morphicon.
I want to welcome you to the Power Morphicon Angel Grove High School Prom. I'm looking forward to seeing you all. It's going to be fabulous. Dress up, and we'll see you then.
We do like a Tim and Eric one, like a traditional one, then like something random too.
Welcome to Henshin Hangout. Woo! Out here with the Henshin Bros. Me and Johnny.
Bam! Back again.
Henshin Hangout. Henshin Hangout. What's up, Johnny? What's going on?
Nothing much. Enjoying the summer. I'm finally on summer vacation.
I know,
so
man.
I'm relaxing.
Dude,
I'm enjoying life.
You look relaxed. You look very rested, well rested.
I am trying. I'm catching up with so much sleep.
Yeah.
So much sleep.
See, that's one thing I like about teacher schedules is when the kids are out, you're out.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like a whole year long thing for you.
Exactly.
So,
then all the responsibility transfers to the parents.
Yeah. So
Finally.
it's like, yeah.
Finally.
I don't know.
What you been up to?
I have. What did we do? You're gonna watch it on Tuesday or Monday? What is it?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. So I just watched Ant-Man, which was pretty fun.
Nice.
It was pretty cool.
Have you seen Jurassic World yet?
I have not. I think I'm gonna go see it tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, with some friends.
Saw it last night.
Did you like it?
Not at all.
Oh no! Okay, don't tell me anything else. I'm still gonna watch it. Oh my god, hold on. I'm still gonna watch it.
You might have to leave because I might do like a 10-minute rant about this.
Okay,
like,
well,
it just got me angry and upset. Like, oh god, it was so bad.
So we'll see.
In the chat room, let you know what you guys thought because oh god,
oh my god,
I was so angry with that movie, especially the ending. I was ready to walk out. I was ready to pull.
We got 17 people in here.
What?
In Ranger Wrap Up, we had 40-something people. Where do you guys just don't like Henshin? Where are you guys going? Where are you guys going? I know you guys.
They're not here. So
yeah, I know. It doesn't make no sense.
But they don't like subtitles, and we do. Why? Because we're readers. We have high literacy.
I don't like subtitles. I don't like it because a lot of times with shows, I like to be doing other stuff while watching it and like listening to it and multitasking. If I have to read, what I wish I could do is I wish I could separate my eyes, just be looking at two different places, but I can't.
See, I agree with you, but I'm like, but when you put like sub versus dub, I'm always going to go on the side of sub because for me, it's like I love hearing like the chosen voice actors and ones who are like doing the best.
That is true.
Because I mean, I got to be real though. Back when anime was first getting like dubbed over here, back when we were growing up,
that puts our buddy Daryl out of work though.
Oh, I'm sorry to see that.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. But yeah, we weren't here last week. We were at the Super Fest,
Toy Fest,
something.
All up in Alhambra and everything like that.
Superhero Super Fest. That's a super redundant name, but it's cool.
And
it was fun. It was so fun.
Cool people. Shout out to Toku. He showed up.
Yeah.
Shout out to some of the people who showed up and bought some comics. Who helped support the show, signed up, subscribed, and everything like that. So it was fun time.
You had a good time?
Yeah, and we got to hang out with some Rangers, and we got the guy who does the Pokemon theme song was there. He did a live version of it, which is so dope.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we got to put the video up at some point, show you guys.
It was
Super
fun.
cool.
I got there super late, like really late. But it looked like there was a lot of people, and it looked like it was a good time.
It was.
It was a good time. So that's why What was terrible? Shut up, Blackwing. That's why we weren't doing the streams. But you guys, I'm gonna say this now. If there's no stream going on, please, don't message me on my Facebook, my personal Facebook. I'm not going to answer you. That's why we have the THS hashtaggers. Why else do we have the THS hashtaggers page?
Because the THS hashtaggers page is a place to go and make great friends. It's a place to keep the conversation going after the show ends. So after you get done with like Henshin Hangout, you can go in there and talk with everybody about what you thought about it. You can go in there and post like articles about Henshin and whatnot, and maybe get other Potranger fans exposed to it. That would be a great way to bring people onto the show. So THS hash grabbers is a great way to hashtaggers. Not hash grabbers.
Wait, hold on.
THS hashtaggers.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, it's a great place to go and make friends. And you guys know what we got coming up because it's so close right now. Angel Grove Prom. We're about 2 months away.
2 months?
So
Is it
you need
2
somebody.
months?
Yeah, exactly. So for Power Morphicon, you might need somebody to stay in that hotel room. Great way to get a friend for that.
We need to hit up the fashion district. You, me, and Daniel. We need to get some suits.
Oh heck yeah,
We need to get some suits. There's that one party we were at where all those dudes had like fancy ass looking suits. We can rock those suits.
Heck yeah. And we'll rock it better because don't forget though, for Angel Grove Prom, we still got dates as well. So don't forget though, send in those promposals. But you know what though, if you're not wearing a suit, you know what you could wear? One of those awesome hashtag show t-shirts.
Wow.
Jezzer, want to tell them about it?
We have a TeePublic store where you can get all your geek gear, especially with the con season. Right here, it's the con season right now. If you're not wearing a costume, it'd be great to be like rocking your favorite fandom and just showing it off to the world. We got a ton of cool designs from like Marvel to DC to Power Rangers, Doctor Who. We even got that Deadpool shirt that Daniel bought. So if you guys want to get that, you could also put those designs on phone cases, laptops, pillows, art. Like little put art all over your room.
Baby onesies, pins, pencils,
tank tops, sweaters,
water bottles,
anything you
hats,
can think of, anything.
Tablecloths, diapers, anything.
Yes, condoms, anything you can think of. So if you guys want to check out those designs, we have a store. The link is in the description. Check it out. There's sales all the time. So I mean, what do you got to lose? Yeah, I love geek shirts. I like this. I didn't get it from there, but I do like some Power Ranger shirts. So get it. So today we watched 4 episodes.
Oh wait.
What we also
Super chat, Jezzer.
Oh yeah,
Super chat.
I am so far behind. We do have a super chat button.
And the super chat is dope because guess what? That's how we keep the lights on here.
Yes.
As you guys know, we do everything here out of love, and the thing about that super chat button just helps us out. So shout out to everybody who's always donated before. But the cool thing about the super chat button is it gets your comment highlighted. So when we see that super chat, we're definitely going to read it on the air and try to respond to your question. So if you get a chance, please donate whatever you can. $1, $10, $5, like whatever you can. Really helps us keep the lights on.
Yes, it really does. Where do you want to start off today?
Well, we always do. We got to start off with Build because Build is so deep.
Oh, my God.
This week, we had 2 episodes that we had to watch. And honestly, it was some dope 2 episodes.
Yes, I actually got a little scared towards the end of the last one.
Me too. I almost teared up a little bit.
Well, we'll get into that. But first off, let's talk about some of the highlights of the last episode. So 19... It just takes off. Right where we left off with what's his name is
not 19.
Yeah.
39.
Mad Rogue.
Mad
Rogue. That dude is crazy.
Beat down on
that dude
he's just
is
smacking the mess out of him.
crazy.
It is a straight like squash match.
Yeah.
Like he's going through like Braun Strowman, like get these hands, like just beating the mess out of the Kamen Riders. They can't fight back. You got to remember that Build isn't our usual version of Build.
No,
it's the evil version.
He's out of his element because he doesn't really know what he's doing. He has no idea what he's doing.
Exactly.
He has. I mean, Sento is the one that's been like in
control, like fighting most of the time and everything like that. Who actually has a battle experience. But the dope thing about that fight scene for me was that right when it looks like they were about to be just like disintegrated and they'd rather be eliminated, who comes out of nowhere to save the day? Grease saves the day again.
Oh my God, Grease!
I was fanboy. I was like,
he just
Grease is here!
Wait, did you explain where he was at? Like he just disappeared.
Well, no, he said. Remember the last episode that he didn't want to come and help them because he couldn't bring himself to work together with like
Crocodile.
Yeah, it was like Crocodile or something like that. He was like, I can't pull myself. Not Crocodile. It was somebody else who they were working with who was like, I just can't work with those people because the Namba Corporation.
Oh yeah.
It was all set up by the assistant and everything like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was like, I can't pull myself to even go there. But at the last minute he showed up, was like, well,
he got them out right at the last moment because they're getting their asses kicked. I really do love Banjo's new suit though. I like the it's not his new one, but the most recent one that he has, where it's very close to Evolve.
The old original Dragon suit that mixed with the Evolve. So I like it too. I like that. Because like the original Dragon suit was always kind of dope, but I always felt like something was missing, and now when you see it with this, like it feels complete.
Yeah. So I mean, Katsuragi, is that his name? Katsuragi. No, not Katsuragi. Crocodile is injured and he's out of commission because he got his ass kicked.
He did.
Like that dude was holding such a huge grudge, and he just released it on him.
Oh yeah.
Dude, he just got his ass kicked, and it's crazy too because like his his rider powers were like he was super overpowered at the very beginning when he got that new suit. Now he's just getting thrown around like a freaking rag doll.
And that's the crazy thing about like the whole series is that like we've talked about power-ups before, but it's like the show like from day one to now has like progressed so much, not just in terms of storyline and character growth, but in terms of powers too. Those because everybody's hazard level just keeps rising.
Yes.
Even though Grease hasn't got a power up yet, his hazard level just keeps rising, which helps keep
which was another cool episode. Another cool scene in this episode is where Banjo and what is his name? Grease. They're fighting each other with the main purpose of raising their
hazard level
so that they could compete with Mad Rogue and Evolve.
I like that a lot. That was
cool.
a fun scene.
That was very cool.
What I also liked about this too, though, was like because in this episode, the devil scientist was trying to convince them that you know what, we might have to kill Banjo, and he brought up a good point. He was like Banjo was part of
he's connected.
Exactly, he's connected to him. He has those memories, so you never know. Even to defeat the main villain, Banjo can become a threat later on. But this is why I love Grease because Grease was just loyal to the end. He was like, no, Banjo's our friend. It's like I'm gonna stand by him.
And he straight up went there to
tell Banjo.
Yeah, he told Banjo, he's like, you know, what guy doesn't like you, he's gonna try to kill you. You know, so I like this. This episode was very good. It was definitely, I felt like it was a little bit of a filler because all the action started at the very beginning, and there wasn't really there's a reveal at the end.
Yeah, but it was like I agree with you, but it wasn't like even though there wasn't like a ton of action though, there was it was like character growth.
Yeah.
Because like one, I love you going back to I love that scene between Bill and Grease because it kind of showed the bond they have right there, and then Grease and Banjo, and I love what Banjo said to him was like, but if I ever did go evil, I know I can count on you. He was like, ride or die. And so that was dope. But then after that, like towards the end and everything like that, I love that debate we're getting because the devil scientist is like, look, I got this. I can defeat this. I'm the one with the brains. But now he's realizing that like, no, he's not the hero. It's like he won't do the right thing just like a Build actually would.
Yeah.
So he's not the actual hero.
Which is cool. I like the dialogue between we're going right straight to the end because there wasn't a lot that happened. The dialogue between Sento and the devil scientist, where he pretty much forfeits his free will or his control over the body, because he doesn't. The reason why they were losing is he doesn't believe in Sento's friends. He doesn't trust them, and like. Just that trust is a strong. It plays a strong role in even competing with Evolve and Mad Rogue. So he gives up. He gives in to Sento, which is great because guess what happens? We get the reveal of the super overpowered genius build, or the genius form, which I like. Do you like it? Did you like the reveal of that?
Dude, I loved it because I love, like you said, I love the build up going to it. Because sorry, I was ignoring you, Jezzer. I was getting the chat room, so I got to read people's chats.
Yeah.
Because I love the way that was getting like brought in, everything like that. Because I love that dialogue between them where they're like inside the mine and they're there, and he's like, "Yeah, I can't do this. Like you are the hero and everything like that." And then I love the vision of like the mine starting to work again, everything like that. The gears starting to turn. It's like, oh, he's coming back. Yeah, and then they walk by each other and make that switch. Well, I was like, yes. Yeah. And then I just love when like comes like.
I like Banjo. Banjo when he saw, it's like it's Sento.
Exactly. Yeah. And I love when he says like, "That's right." The main character's like back. It's like, oh! And then Banjo's like, cocky bastard.
He's a cocky motherfucker.
But he deserves it though. Then he pulls out Genius Form.
Dude.
Genius Form was beast.
Genius Form. You know,
like that costume is amazing.
Genius Form reminded me a lot. Just the color scheme reminded me a lot of with Q Ranger when the Red Ranger had that new power, the White Ranger power, where he had like it was a culmination of everybody.
Not there yet, still behind.
Oh damn it, my bad. Are you watching it though?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I like it. Yeah, it's fun because it goes really fast.
Oh yeah, so that's what it reminded me of. So he had this cube and he took the essence of all of the bottles and combined it. Do you think what I've noticed with this show is that it's like they keep answering back. It's definitely they keep answering back. Once the bad guys are overpowered, then the good guys find a way to top that. Then the bad guys, then the good guys. It's gonna keep going like that. So I think like with Evolt's gonna find a way to like match to the genius form of build. There's got to be a way because they can't. It's not just gonna be overpowering.
Oh no, not at all. But the cool thing about it is that the genius form is a response to like Evolt's form and everything like that. Because that's why they look visually similar and everything. But I gotta be real. Like I know some people in the chat are saying they're not a fan of this form, and to be, I don't know. But the thing is, like I can understand like some people say they like the suit but not the helmet. But the thing about it is that when I look at it, like I'll be honest with you, I've never really been a fan of rainbow costumes because sometimes the too many color schemes kind of clash. Yeah. But here it kind of makes sense because of all the different bottles.
And it groups it. It groups it together as far as like the purples and the blues and the greens and the yellows. So they, I'll give them this. I don't like the eyes. The eyes are a little weird. But like, maybe what they could have done is have it like the rabbit eyes and then just like have it rainbow colored.
I feel you, but I don't know why. But the whole thing just kind of works for me. Yeah. I don't know why because the fact that it's all the bottles and everything like kind of sells me on it. And then I love the power up aspect of it too because I mean it's a big final form. Yeah. So I'm gonna let stuff slide because it's how like badass it looks to me.
What I do want is I want Grease to get a new form. And I want Banjo. Oh no, Banjo has plenty of new forms.
Yeah, Banjo gets a new form every like at the drop of a hat. It's like, oh, a new form.
Yeah, but I mean, and then that's where it leads. It leads directly into
episode 2.
Next episode, which was great.
It was awesome. So episode 2, the big thing we have to talk about. Like we can address it right now because it was so badass. Crocodile's outfit.
Oh yeah, that was perfect.
He was swagged out. He was swagged out. Jezzer, bring up that picture.
That picture is coming up. But the best part of it is Mitan. Mitan straight up super gross, disgusting. It was like, dang, it was funny. Is he losing his mind? I don't understand.
I love how confident he was with it though. She's like super gross. He was like, no, you're wrong. I was like, oh my god, who else is so confident? That was my favorite. And that made it more swag to me. That was my favorite. Like, I'll be real, the first outfit, I was like, you know what? He wasn't selling me, but the confidence was like, I would rock that now. I would rock that. He's kind of sold me on it.
And it's because they're so used to just seeing him in like a tailored suit and everything. But it was great. I thought it was funny. It really, I like this episode more than I like the previous one. But that was probably 2 of my favorite scenes. Just those 2 scenes.
Oh, I was dying laughing. And what's really cool about this is like, because we watch this in LuPat. And the thing about it is, sometimes I get annoyed with LuPat because it's a bit too much of the comedic mode sometimes. But with this show, they find that great balance. Where it's like, we have this darkness going on here, but then we're going to throw in these comedic moments right there. And we don't have to
especially in the beginning of this episode where like it was getting too weird, and then like Sento's like, I'm pretty like, I can't talk to you right now. I'm feeling really uncomfortable. Intermission.
Exactly. That whole like intermission thing where it like kind of goes back away and the curtain literally comes down. I'm like, he broke the fourth wall. I was like, this is so funny. And I'm just like, again, this series has been such a great ride because it gets so dark and we get so emotional with some of the things that are happening here.
And everybody has the perfect balance of like serious mode and like, you know,
comedic mode. Exactly.
Everybody has humor. I mean, you got Grease who has his infatuation with Mitan. You have Banjo who's just a moron. He's like an idiot. And then Sento with his erratic kind of type of movement. The person that we're not getting a lot of character development from is who?
The reporter.
The reporter. What is the point? She just stands there.
She's like, I'm a Namba child. I spied on you. I betrayed you like
I don't understand. I don't understand the point of her. I don't.
She's like, to be real, she's kind of like the Sakura of that team.
The what?
She's Sakura, like from Naruto. She's there, but she's kind of useless.
Yes, yes.
Like my anime fans in the chat know what I'm talking about. Like she's there, and she should be doing something more important, but she's not. She's just kind of taking up space.
It is definitely weird. It is definitely weird. One of the other big plot points that had happened is that during the fight, Evolt came out of nowhere. He saw that Mad Rogue was getting his ass kicked, but he came out of nowhere and he just punched Grease in the gut.
Oh yeah, and he stole the bottles from his friends. Yeah,
which really leads into one of our biggest plot points and one of the, I don't know if it's foreshadowing or the scariest things that I seen from it is that what's his name? Grease sneaks into the lab, gets captured, and then gets infused with the nebula gas.
Yeah, which was cool to see brought back because it's interesting because like we're kind of like it's all coming full circle
Everything's
now.
coming full
Because
circle.
the beginning of the series it was all about the nebula gas and figuring that out, but now it's coming back now to like raise hazard levels, create these new monsters.
Now we're going back to what happened to his 3 friends, and they infused him with so much that he's gonna be strong. But if he dies like his 3 friends,
yeah, he'll die too.
He'll die,
which is scary because like no, not Grease.
Yes.
And so that brought emotional involvement. But before we get to that final fight though, I just gotta be real. The fight that started off this episode though with the genius mode and he was being the mess out rogue. Oh my god!
Left mode, right mode. First it was like a punch. And then a kick.
Exactly. He was like going back and forth, like low key. It reminded me like when Rock Lee fought Gara. I was like, it was just a straight like anime beatdown where he's getting like knocked side to side. I was like, this is so beast.
No, the first badass thing that he did before that fight is just walks up to him. He's holding his little gun out. Just crushes it.
Yes, it just crushes it. Just crushes it.
Immediately, just crushes like, damn, he's fucked. Run.
Exactly.
Run.
You can't stop this. And then before that, when he's like blocking the bullets, first they were bouncing off him, but he was like, nah, I'm gonna block these. And then he was doing all Wonder Woman was like, Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
he was like blocking bullets and everything like that. He's that fast and everything. It was so dope.
But I tell you this now. They're gonna Evil and Mad Bro are gonna find a way to like match him.
Well, of course.
There.
Maybe
the way of matching him is by by doing what they did to Grease. Maybe like I don't know. That's the scariest thing about this. And so they infused a few more people with the nebula gas. One of which was the mayor or the ambassador.
It was the president of Greece's country.
Yeah, of Greece's country, and she had. Well, I have the wrong picture, but she had one of the bottles, and she turned into a what do you call it? Crash or a smash?
A smash.
Yeah, and which is crazy. They had a whole fight, but the silver lining or whatever, the hope that we see is that in genius form, Sento was able to find a way to take down the smash without killing the person.
Exactly, which is super dope. So now they can heal. Genius form is able to heal the smashes, which is like taking it to the next level. Because for so long they've been kind of powerless, where they just had to like defeat these monsters. But now it's to the point where it's like
turn them back
exactly. Now we can save you guys, which is awesome. Because now again it's like being the full hero that he's supposed to be, which is super dope.
Do you think that's gonna play into with Grease's story?
I think definitely because with Grease's story, the fact that like he gets this hazard level raised and everything like that, but then he loses and looks like he's about to fade away. But then he sees Sento and his motivation to like be a hero, to protect people, to keep fighting, saves his life and everything like that, which is so badass. And I love how Banjo gave him the little power of the new weapons.
I didn't know what that was when he gave it to him.
I remember a little bit. I was like, oh, that's this. But I was like, wait, is he gonna fuse like dragon form or whatever?
Yeah.
But instead, he just got like those 2 gauntlets or whatever. I was like,
is that a power?
Damn it.
Is that a power?
No, that doesn't count. It doesn't count. I wish it did count, but no.
So do you think?
I'm scared though. To be honest with you, I'm scared because when it ended, and then Sento was like, "Hey, we could probably use this to heal you." He was like, "Nah, I'm good." He was like, "What?" It's like it raised my hazard level so I can keep fighting. It let me press me time with it. And honestly, he's just doing it so he can keep fighting, which is noble of him because he wants to help save everybody and protect his friends. But
so you're saying it's foreshadowing towards like
his death. And I don't want him to die. I hope not though, because I mean, if it did, it would be kind of poetic because he would die just like his friends and go and join them and everything like that. But at the same time though, I don't want to see Grease go out like this.
Yeah.
Because Grease has just been so badass. Like he's a cool, like level-headed one, but he's also cracking the jokes and everything like that. Yeah. It's like I don't want to see Grease go out like that.
Yeah, I don't want to see him go out like that either. All in all, I mean, I enjoyed the episode. This second one, the first one, not so much, but I enjoyed the episode. What do you give these 2 episodes if you want to separate it?
Okay, so the first one. Well, one last thing I want to bring about this episode that I liked. I like the fact that the devil scientist isn't gone. He's still there talking to Sento. Yeah,
he's still talking to Sento.
Which is dope because it's like, damn. So it's like, he didn't, because again, remember when he got that redemption because we realized that everything he was doing was because he was trying to protect the country. He was trying to work for the greater good by like just doing some evil things, but ultimately his true intentions were good. So it's like he's
got super redemption. Chat.
Oh, from who? Oh, Toku.
Toku. What did he say? He said, Johnny, that was Grease new form. You lost. He goes, new form.
No, he's getting a new form. I am hoping he is getting a new form.
He gets a new form and then he dies.
See, now I'm torn because I'm like, yeah, I don't have to eat the hot wings, but then it's like, oh, but Grease died.
Oh my god. There's one other huge storyline that we totally skipped over. The scientist's dad is alive.
Oh yeah, and apparently he's creating these demon bottles and stuff like that, and everything, which is just interesting. Yeah. It's crazy that
was it weird? Was it weird that the president was like to turn, she puts it up against her cheek?
Oh yeah, well now her cheek, she kind of injected into her neck and everything like that. It was like whoa, it was like some drugs or some stuff like that. But it was weird. It did make him look kind of a little more badass though. It made it a little bit more.
Because what did the three guys do? They just shook it and then squeezed it or something?
I think so. I think they just like squeezed it. I can't remember.
I can't remember what they did. Man,
that's the crazy thing about it. It's been 40 episodes, but it just feels like it's been like a year.
Yeah, it's been a long run. So, where are you gonna go for the ratings?
Oh, okay. So for the first episode,
how many bottles?
Oh, I like that. We're doing bottles now. Mm-hmm. So out of 5 bottles, okay. I would say I would give the first one 3 bottles. Mm-hmm. It was cool. It was a little bit episodic, everything like that. But yeah,
I'll give it 2.5 out of 3 bottles. Yeah, or 2.5 or 3.
Yeah,
because it was beginning and end.
Were the strongest points. The middle was kind of but the second episode,
just on the little fashion show thing, just on that.
Funny. So in the intermission joke and everything like that, and we finally got Sento back. Was like, Jesus, I've been this Sento.
Yes.
I give it 4.5 bottles.
That's I really liked it. Tell us what you guys thought about it in the chat. So in
the chat, we'll give you ratings because we're reading right now, and I see Toku thinks this series is gonna have 50 episodes. To be honest with you, Toku, I have no idea because after this, I noticed the movie's coming out in August, so I'm hoping they'll wrap up before the movie. Mm-hmm. So we can
all of these events. The movie happens after
show. Everything. Yeah. So I'm hoping.
So did you see the trailer?
I did. Sadly.
Did you see Grease in there?
Do you want me to spoil it for you?
Yeah. Go.
Yeah, he was there. And Crocodile, but they weren't in their suits though. It could have been like a flashback or something. So they could still die and be like ghosts talking to him.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I'm scared. But yeah, so the first episode, 3 bottles out of 5. Second episode, 4.5 bottles.
Yes, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. What do they say in the chat?
Okay, they're still talking. They're still putting it right now. So put your ratings in, guys, so we can read them off. Okay, now going into our next part, what'd you think of LuPat this week?
The first one, hated.
Really, Jezzer?
No. The second one hated.
Oh, okay.
The second one hated because I watched it out of order. Second one I hated. The first one, it was cool. It was a cool callback to a previous episode because the gangler that they have, he was a gangler that got smashed. Mm-hmm. He got stepped on, and he was big the whole time.
Yeah,
he was big the whole time, which was fun. But this episode was probably one of a very good one because it explains the history of Goodie.
Yeah.
Definitely explains the history of Goodie and what his main task is. So he was tasked by Arsene Lupin to protect
the collection.
Yeah. So we're always trying to figure out why is he switching sides? It's all to protect the
collection. And it makes sense because when the thieves need to steal something or steal a collection piece, he's there to help them. But then once the collection piece is safe, he doesn't mind helping the cops because that way they destroy the gang, they destroy our threat to collection pieces. So it's like, okay, this actually makes a lot more sense now.
And another fun thing about this one is that Goodie started off with the cops. Remember? He started off with the cops with the Zord, I don't know what they call it, and then he just switched midway through.
Yeah, and kind of goes back and forth.
Yeah, which threw the Patrangers out.
Out of the loop for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And the other thing I like about this too is that I like the whole. What was it? The history of it, because when the general was talking about the collection pieces and talking about how the collection pieces were made in their world, it was made for ganglers. Mm-hmm. But then the Lupin collection pieces and the Patranger collection pieces are meant to be used by humans. Mm-hmm. So that was really interesting to find out as well. So that was dope.
Yes, I do. This episode was probably my favorite of the two. It's not my. Still, the episode that holds the favorite spot is definitely the pink and yellow.
Adventure thing.
Yeah, that's still my favorite. I don't know why. I just enjoyed it.
But the other thing I liked about this episode too, though, is I like I'm not sure if I liked it or not, but it was interesting because for this whole time we've been like, don't trust the butler. Whatever you do, don't trust the butler. Oh. But then in this episode, the butler shows up and tells them the origin of Goodie, gives them all this great back information, everything like that,
and they're like, hey, watch the store.
Exactly, and then leaves. He's like, huh, me?
So, I mean, do you still think he's evil?
See, that's the weird thing about it, though. I want to still think he's evil, but then after this episode, it's like, well, he does know Goodie's origin, and he just told him the whole thing. He didn't have to tell him that.
I think he's Arsene. I think he's Lupin.
You think so?
Yeah, because I think that's the reason why he had to explain to them what Goodie's intentions are. Is that a new super chat?
Oh, it was a new super chat. Oh wow, Toku. Toku says stop watching LuPat and going to wait till it ends.
He stopped.
He stopped watching LuPat. He's going to wait till it ends.
Okay, you're gonna keep your phone or your iPad on mute so you don't hear what we're talking about.
I will say this though. I will be honest with you because we've discussed this before. Because the last series, which was called, what was it called again?
Q Ranger.
After you watch Q Ranger go here, it's a lot slower because Q Ranger just was like it's out of space and all these Rangers
jumped right in.
Exactly.
Jumped right in. Daniel showed me Q Ranger. It was like the first few episodes. Like, damn, I'm stuck on this already.
Yeah, it's fun, and like even the closing sequence where they're doing the dances and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, it's just a fun thing. And so the fact of the matter is, this one it's a lot slower. And to be honest with you, like we're at episode 16. It's like. Well, no, we're episode, 19 now? Yeah, and it's like, has anything really happened? No. And, yeah, and we're going to talk about the second episode because I actually agree with you. Yeah. I have a lot of problems with the second episode. I might have to go off on a rant on that one.
Yeah, but, I mean, one of the cool things, we got the flashback with Goodie.
Oh. Yeah, and Layla just said a lot of people dropped off of LuPat.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm not surprised because I told you guys before, like, we had this conversation last week where I was like, I'm not enjoying some of these episodes. And it's just like, it's taking too long.
The second one I freaking heard the second episode, man.
Because, like, here's the thing, for me, is Gokaiger. It's like, when I got to, like, the Sentai series and everything like that, watching Gokaiger was so good. Like, even before the Silver Ranger shows up and everything like that, before Guy shows up, it's like first 20 episodes are still badass, and there's such callbacks to the history and everything like that. I was always engaged.
I need to watch it.
But with this one, I was like, damn.
I need to watch it.
Yeah, so going back to this one, though. So, yeah, and then we get this cool fight scene at the end, which is kind of cool with them trying to get a collection piece. But was this the same episode where Goodie's going back and forth?
Yeah, he went back and forth. So, we got, like, what was it? The whole scene where Kairi, after he hears the story behind Goodie, he goes and he finds them and they connect. They have a little scene on the swings. And yeah, that was pretty cool. And
actually, you know what? Okay, going back. Okay, actually, I have problems with this episode.
You had problems with this.
This is where my problems come into play at. Okay, so here's the thing. So in this episode, when they get to the big Zord fight or whatever, the Lupinrangers show up, and the Lupinrangers are like, okay, so the cops turn around, let's fight this giant monster, let's get the collection piece. And so they take out Goodie, and then the police show up, and they steal Goodie from them.
They do a Mission Impossible.
Exactly. They come down, let's take it. But then when they take it, though, they begin to form their Megazord. But right before the Red Ranger can join up, the Red Lupinranger comes in, knocks him out of the way, and forms up with them.
That was probably my favorite part of this episode.
See, here's the thing. I like that at first, like, oh, snap, they can merge together now? Like, that's so dope. And it kind of shows that these things are meant to work together. Yeah. So that I was like, this is cool. When they go into the scene, it looks so. But this is the problem I have with it, though. It makes the Patrangers look like fools.
It does.
Because here's the reason. This is my interpretation. Because here's the thing, though. So the red Lupinranger's in there. He's fighting against the pink Patranger and the green Patranger, while also having a Zord fight.
Yeah.
And so the thing about it is, though, is just like it makes the two Patrangers like, guys, you've gone to the police academy. You are the best and brightest who were chosen to do this, and yet you're getting beaten by one guy now.
I'm disappointed in
one guy.
I'm disappointed in pink, not so much in green, because I feel like he's a goof.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm just like, come the hell on. Yeah. You should not be getting beaten like this.
But also, why at no point in time are they not aware of what's in front of them and then just work together for a little bit?
Maybe. No, I agree with that too, because again, it makes them look stupid.
Yeah.
Or what they could have done is like, guys, just disengage.
Yeah.
And then what another problem I have with this episode is also down the bottom is when the the yellow Lupinranger and the blue Lupinranger are fighting against the red Patranger, and they're pretty much holding him off. Yeah. And I'm like, he's supposed to be a Red Ranger, so how is like
it kind of like it puts them in
a lower class,
yeah.
And which is kind of annoying to me, because the thing about this is that, like, we talked about this before about how this series kind of based upon Lupin the Third, and in Lupin the Third, okay, Lupin's the hero, and then the police officer there is like the goof, he's the comedy relief and everything like that. He's not taken seriously. But the thing about it is, though, he's also the antagonist, so you don't mind laughing at the antagonist. You don't mind laughing at the villain.
They're not supposed to be
exactly. They're supposed to be heroes, and so how are we supposed to get behind them? And that's the reason why I think people don't like the show. Like I said before, the costumes
there's no balance.
No, the costumes for the police don't look good. They're always used as comedy relief and like comedic roles and everything like that. And so it kind of takes away from legitimacy. Like, to be honest with you, they are writing themselves into a hole. And so when people in the chat are saying, like, I'm not watching anymore, I'm not surprised.
I'm not either.
Like, here's the thing, though. Honestly, like, we're watching it week to week to give you guys these reviews and share our thoughts with you.
Not enjoying
but
it.
To be honest with you, like, a lot of times we're having negative thoughts about the show because the show's not being written to its fullest potential.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it has its moments, but it's still pretty bad. One thing that I like to do is point out what the collection piece is. This one looks like, from what I can tell, it looks like a computer that they use in Power Rangers Turbo or Car Ranger. It's the little computer that they have. I think that's what that is.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, this episode was better than the next one, but that's not saying much.
Not at all. It's not saying much at all. Not saying much at all.
But there are scenes from the next one that I liked. But yeah, that's not saying much. So going in to the second one,
which was another filler.
It was a filler.
It was another filler.
It was so weird. But okay, one thing that I did like.
It's like. Honestly, the worst part about this is, though, it's kind of unfair to LuPat. It's because we keep watching Build, and Build has such a great mixture of drama and, like, story.
When you watch it, do you watch Build first before LuPat?
I watch Build, then I watch LuPat.
Maybe we should change it up and watch LuPat and then Build.
You think so? You do the same thing?
Maybe that will, like, change up our... Like,
perception of it?
Yeah, okay. Maybe. We'll see. But, I mean, in this episode, we got the Green Ranger, and he's stopping some dude from stealing something from her. And that comes back and bites him in the butt. So the head guy of the freaking Hilltop's boss comes in, and he's pissed off that Lupinrangers are always in the newspaper, which makes sense because they're more badass. They're more badass.
Again, it's like the kids, everybody likes them and everything like that. And then after that, at least there's some hijinks, of course, where apparently the dude that the Green Powder Ranger stopped was a gangler and turned invisible.
And he dumped the milk.
Yeah,
punched Red.
So when they all go out to lunch with the supervisor or whatever, exactly right. He grabs him. He makes him dump the soup on top of him, and then he makes him punch out Red and makes him headbutt the pink Power Ranger or something like that.
And then like the Lupin Rangers like, man, what is going on? Like they're saving them. They're helping them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then
it's funny.
Like,
it's like
it feels like it's a story like you would have seen like on Three's Company or the Brady Bunch or like some old sitcom or whatever. It's like it's a mistake and confusion and blah blah blah. And it's like, guys, come on.
I mean, honestly, there wasn't a lot from this episode that I liked. I honestly only one of the few things that I liked is the scene where you figure out instead of getting fired by that boss, he gets suspended, gives up his gun and his weapon, and not Kyrie, but the Red Ranger goes to the restaurant to apologize for all the mess that he made, and he gives them like cookies with their faces on it, and they're just kind of like thrown off by it. But one of my favorite, probably my only favorite scene in this.
Somebody just showed up. Hey, Ranger Liz. Everybody in the chat got really excited. Ranger Liz is here.
Oh, Ranger Liz, hey, welcome. One of my favorite scenes in this episode is where they go to visit him. The three Lupin Rangers go to visit him, and just them like caring and feeling bad for him in a situation. It's kind of nice. They're trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, yeah, but that's because they suspect it was
because Goodie sent some.
He smells something.
Yeah,
and I did find this like scene a little bit funny though, because when he shows up, he's like, "Oh!" He gets all excited. Yeah, exactly. He opens the door. He's like, "Oh, you guys."
But this is like just this scene. It kind of gives you like a look into what it's gonna be like when they're actually working together.
But also it kind of helps, like, it should have planted the thought in Green's minds, like, why are these guys asking about ganglers? So I thought at the end of this episode, Green would start suspecting them too. But the fact that he did, I was like, you mother, damn it, you have one job.
Tom, 1 second. This is another bad thing to talk about. At the end of the last episode, what is it, 17?
19. Sorry, 18.
No, 18 was the last episode of this, before this one, the last one we did.
Okay, yeah.
At the very end of it, remember what Patranger did? He suspected Umika. They didn't do anything with that.
Nothing yet.
They didn't do anything with that. It's like, wait, why are you going to lead up to it and not even touch it?
I agree with you, because I think the thing about this is that, like, I understand that they're going to do a slow build with this, but it should still be bringing up every episode. Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
No,
they're messing up. Honestly, I'm still gonna give it a chance.
Right here, Layla's exactly right. She said the Lupin Ranger are acting more like cops and Power Rangers, where they're actual cops. They are, because they're doing investigating. Like, they're actually being portrayed as freaking goofballs. Like, even when we get to the fight scene at the end of this episode, where they realize, okay, the guy is invisible, whatever, and then the Green Green shows up, like he gets his job back predictably and everything like that. And then they show up to start fighting him. The Lupinrangers show up unmorphed. They just shoot their guns at him. Police start jumping around like fools. I'm like, you are trained professionals. You are cops. Be tactical. Come up with a plan. Stop letting these common thieves get the best of you. It's not even like these are trained thieves who've been trained for years or anything like that. These are just some people who are trying to avenge their families, which I get. It makes them highly motivated, but you are trained professionals. You should not be the goofballs that you are.
See what you did?
Annoying.
Super Sentai, you see what you did? You got Johnny mad. He's one of the happiest people I know, and you got him mad. It's just crazy.
I'm sorry, guys, but I'm just really disappointed because I enjoy watching Sentai.
Yeah.
And when I watch like Build is so good and so amazing. Like I'm literally at home like every morning when I get dressed, I put my clothes on and I go Henshin. But the thing about this is that when I'm watching Build, I'm just like this. Sorry, when I'm watching LuPat, I'm just like this is disappointing.
It's definitely I don't know what their goal is towards the end of this, but it's not looking good.
No,
it's not looking good.
And so this episode ends and it just wraps up. I
told you, I skipped through the sword fights. It's not.
You missed nothing because even at the end, the police chief or whatever, the deputy comes and praises them because they finally got in the paper, so he doesn't care about anything that's happened.
And that's it. That's it. But I mean, we have a trailer for the next one, so which isn't.
I will say this though, the problem. Go ahead.
We're gonna see. We got a little teaser of the 8th, 7th, 8th Ranger. What's going on?
Oh yeah, the new 7th Ranger. Yeah, he looked pretty dope with the silver and gold going back and forth.
Which they kind of set it up a little bit in this episode, where the guy Hilltop's boss talks about the French headquarters or something.
Yeah.
So he's setting it up like, oh, they can't handle this. Let's send in another guy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Which is also dope too. Is I think he's gonna be an undercover cop.
Yeah.
Because I'll explain why he's able to switch back and forth. Because he's undercover cop.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. That's cool.
Another thing that I had about this episode, the problem with was what's the thought? Switch back and forth, more at the end, blah blah. It was like the thing was, I've said this before. Their costumes look terrible. Even their uniforms kind of look terrible. Because when Green was in his civilian clothes, I was like, wow. Green can dress. He actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, he looks legit right there. I was like, wow, Green looks like pretty legit, like, in a normal outfit and everything like that.
They just scrap the suits?
You can't. I've never known to see a Ranger series scrap the suits halfway through. Yeah. But if they could, I would say this needs to be the first one. Because the Power Ranger suits look terrible.
Maybe one way that they do it is that they figure it out, like, the three of them in Hell's Up figure out that the police force, the GSA, or not GSA, that they're corrupt, and then they shut it down or something.
Yeah,
that's one way.
Oh yeah, or something like that. But or maybe like when the new 7th Ranger shows up, he helps give him a power up that will change it too, though. Because what's cool about the 7th Ranger's costume is that it's low key looks like a Gokaiger costume because it has like the collar to it and everything like that. It looks badass. Like I'm looking forward to when the Silver Gold Ranger shows up. But damn it, if I'm these Power Rangers, what's crazy is I like them because when they get serious storylines, it's dope. But I hate them being used as comedic relief all the time. It's just so cheesy and it starts to get on your nerves after a while. Yeah. Like we talk about with Build does a great balance of it. And Build, everybody has a chance to do comedy, but they get a chance to be serious as well. It should be the same thing here because it's also taken away from the Lupinrangers.
Yes.
Because Lupinrangers, they're kind of downers. Anytime you're with them, they're just always in some serious storyline. Granted, they have a quick joke here and there, like that episode you talk about when they went to the funhouse, but it's just like...
But that's not enough to keep it going. Definitely not. One thing that I like, that I think plays a big part in, like, you know how the next Ranger switches back and forth? Kind of what Goodie does. Could Goodie be a Ranger?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because he is acting human, so you become like return to a human.
They emphasized on like, oh, he's acting human.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that could be cool at some point.
Something. I don't know, but I mean this.
Okay, so next week, we're going to be honest with you guys.
We're going to watch it.
We're going to watch LuPat first, and then we're going to watch Build, and hopefully we have a better interpretation of this.
It honestly just puts a bad taste in your mouth.
It does, sadly, it does.
Puts a bad taste. Let's go with some comments from last week. Let me go find it. Continue.
Okay, so yeah. So next week we'll be doing that, but also they give a little self-promotion and whatnot, let you guys know what I'm going to be up to. Next weekend, if you're out of Las Vegas, I'll be at Las Vegas Comic-Con. Amazing Las Vegas. It's held at Las Vegas Convention Center. I'll be there with some friends selling comic books and everything like that. Yep, next weekend. So if you get a chance, come on down. I'm going to be there. JD said he might come down. Josh might come through as well, so you never know. So if you get a chance, come on down to Vegas. It's going to be a good time.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. So let's get into some comments. It's not... Well, Joe said that I hate reading comments. That's not the reason. It's just it's not easily accessible, but we have it now, so it's fine. Do you want to start off with Blackwing?
For sure. Hey guys,
hey Jezzer, wait, how is it not easily accessible when you have a pad right there?
I don't have Wi-Fi on it.
It doesn't matter. It's either you have a computer, right?
Nimrod. No, not Nimrod. It's usually printed out. I got spoiled with the printouts.
Okay, I'll read the first two, then you take the last two.
All right, cool.
It says, "Hey guys, hey guys, if you really want a retro Kamen Rider show to check out, then you need to watch Kamen Rider Kuuga. It's the first inside rider with deep storytelling. I'm already 10 episodes into it, but it's a really awesome show regardless, and it has some brutal fights. I recommend it to any rider fan. Also recommend Force as well as OOO. I've seen OOO, and it's a really fun show with a lot of twists. I haven't watched Force yet because I went to Kuuga. It's a long story. If you like for me to send you a video, you guys, on Toku, recommendations with your permission, I'll be happy to. Stay golden, guys. Henshin."
Yo, hey, Blackwing, send them to us. Because here's the thing, once we're done with this, like we said, we want to do a retro Henshin Hangout. So if you have a recommendation for it, send this our way. Because to be honest with you, one of the things I want to watch, and I'm going to throw this out there to Jezzer, is that Big Bad Beetleborgs was an awesome show for Saban. And people don't even realize this when Big Bad Beetleborgs was on, its ratings were actually higher than Power Rangers.
Really?
Yeah, they just got canceled because... part of the reason why I got canceled because they ran out of footage. But yeah, it had really good ratings and everything like that. So actually, I kind of watched the Japanese version.
What is it called?
I don't know. I gotta look into it, but I saw some clips online the other day. I was like, this actually looks fun.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Next one's from Layla. She says, "Hey Johnny, I didn't graduate high school yet. I have another 2 years before I walk across the stage and get my diploma." Oh, okay, awesome. I thought you were graduating, but no worries, Layla. We look forward to you graduating 2 years from now.
2 years.
But congratulations making the summer break, though. 1 year now.
Yeah, you're pretty excited about that. Derek Kirby says, "Awesome episode, guys. Going off of episode 17 of LuPat, the Lupin collection piece is based on Red Mask Blade weapon, which looks smaller than it did in the series of Masked Man. What would be cool is if you guys could add it on the review show by doing certain reviews of certain Sentai or Kamen Rider films. Later, fellas. God bless. Thank you, Derek." This one's from Kevin. "Hello, guys. Awesome discussion as always. It might be true that Build is really getting out of the current superhero time lineup because that benefits of being an older show. They already established the things that you can care about. Banjo, Sento, Stock, Evolt, Mystery of Mars. Now they are nearing the end, and it didn't fall flat." Hold on, there's a read more. Oh my gosh. "For the final form, I kind of felt it is going to be cosmic state form of Forze. Hope they don't spam it too much and make the form that fixes everything. LuPat, on the other hand, is beginning to gain traction. I disagree with that one. We are 17 episodes in. Are we really? That's crazy. And usually the writer and Sentai... What's going on here? Usually the writer and Sentai shows... What is going on here? Hold on. Got like a freaking white block here. Dang it.
Jezzer broke the iPad.
No, it's not his iPad. It's my iPad. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to bring it up.
Jezzer, you broke your iPad.
I did not. But we'll get back. That was a long one. That was a really long one. You guys should be in the live show and talking about it, you know? That's one of the things that Robin Chan does. She puts like a whole book. What is that? What does it say? What does it say?
Oh, keep on. Oh, there we go.
Okay, there you go. Cool. Where am I? However, the show is doing good job on balancing two teams together, and it has commented on previous episode of Henshin Hangouts. The Patrangers, Lupinrangers is a showcase of two different. So yeah, we talked about that before. Embody older Sentai series. I feel like he keeps typing the same comment in each video, but he does explain that.
Okay. Next one's from Yukai Senpai. It's not just any picture book. It's a photo book that Japanese idols release. Depending on the idol's image, it can range from cute photos of the idol doing cute things or bikini or tease pictures. You saw about that cool photo book that that green Power Ranger had?
Supposedly she's an idol.
Yeah. As for Netflix on Tokatsu, Japanese Netflix has a ton of Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, and Ultraman. Also, Lupin collection is from Masked Man. That's the Masky Blade. Yo, thanks for that, Yukai Senpai. And also, I didn't know that Netflix in Japan already had like the Kamen Rider stuff on there. So that means if they already have the rights over there, it might be an easier transition to bring it up over here.
Oh, okay.
Super dope. Okay, next one is from Shin. Shin says, I would say that I'm a pretty big Sentai and Rider fan, though I normally don't watch shows whose costumes aesthetic I don't jive with. Like Forza, he looks dumb. I'm sorry, man, Justin. So when Kamen Rider Build was first revealed, again, I was like, he does not look at least to me as an older fan. But hearing you guys talk about the show every week so passionately made me check it out. And I have to say, it's pretty dope. Oh, thanks, dude. You enjoying it. Like, that's the reason I love it, too. Like, me and Jezzer both enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
I am about 27 of those in, and I really like it. So thanks for being so hyped on the show. Though I still don't like the costume, laugh out loud, but I didn't like the Power Rangers 2017 suits either, and I love that movie. Thank you again, and keep up the good work.
Forza does look a little weird. I don't know.
Which one's Forza? Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Forza right there.
Yeah, it looks.
Okay, it does look interesting. It does look a little bit different, and I can see that because, to be honest with you, like I said, with the Power Rangers, if the Power Rangers have better storylines, their costumes wasn't annoying me as much. But the fact that you're pairing like these bad storylines for them with bad costumes, it's kind of grating my nerves. All right, want me to read the last two?
I got it. All right. Let's see. Which one did you start off, end on?
Right there. At present.
Okay. Bumiktra says, at present, build pace is just like it was in the first few episodes. I like that because I think they're planning something big for the finale. I don't think neither Jezzer nor Johnny will win the bet because Grease will get an additional weapon in episode 40, which you already saw, but I think it's too hard to call it an upgrade. For the first time in build, I like the Washio brothers. I'm happy that they aren't randomly killed in battle. Let me see. At the same time, it is also... Oh, here we go again. It's also true that I made the... Oh.
Jezzer, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Your iPad.
No, what was it? What is it saying when you do it?
You have to wait a minute now. It takes a while.
But I really like to see more of Sawa. If Justin might have seen Kamen Rider Axel v Cinema, Sawa's... Oh, it's trying to sign into something. Sawa's actress, Mad Rogue's helmet looks a bit like Psycho Ranger's. Kinda. And the suit is pretty good looking. For retro show, I would go to a review... Neo Heisei era, because its gimmicks and stuff start and the stories are pretty well too, in my opinion. Bye guys, love you from India. I mean, in order for us to justify a retro Kamen Rider or Henshin Hangout, we have to get more views on these. More views gets a new show. So if you guys want to have a retro Henshin, don't leave right after Ranger wrap up. It's plain and simple. Again, Josh's going to point out that you're talking to nobody, because those people that left aren't here, which is true. But you guys know, so, yeah. Was that the last one?
There's one more, but we lost it though. It closed out.
It closed out? Let me see. Hold on. Where is it?
Apple products.
Yeah, Apple products, man. It's because this iPad's kind of old, and, like, Apple, like, pretty much when... to phase out their older...
How dare you, Apple does no wrong.
When Apple phases out their new products, or their old products, they start making... Their updates start making the old products, like, obsolete. Which is bullshit. I paid for this. Keep it going, you stupid freaking idiots. But I say that and I still buy Apple products, so... I don't know. Who am I to say? But, I mean, what would you rate these episodes?
Oh, so for Paula Ranger versus Lupinranger, the first one.
I don't know. It doesn't sound good.
2. 1.5.
I agree with you.
1.5.
Yeah. Okay.
Second one.
Actually, I grade the second one a 1.
Second one also. Yeah, I also gave.
Yeah, I also give it a 1.
Yeah, 1. I'm sorry.
There's no saving these episodes.
You say we love Sentai. You guys know we love Sentai, but these episodes, this is just.
They're hard. They're very hard. They're very hard. Oh, here you go. The very last comment.
Okay, this one's from Peter Nick. Build episode 39 is out, and the Genius Restroom is so awesome. Right there with you, Peter. It's dope. It's like one of my favorite costumes.
Jared is promoting his music in the chat. Don't promote it in the chat. Promote it on THS hashtagger so everybody can see. Yeah. Blackwing says, Jezzer is really slipping today. Blackwing, come here and you try doing it. If not, if you can't do that, I mean, if you're stuck in New York and you're sitting behind a screen and watching us, yeah, I wouldn't complain. Alright. I don't know. It's just not in the mood for a backseat rider, because he started off from the very beginning. Oh, you guys need a new intro. It's like, then make one. Jesus.
Guys, be nice to Jezzer. He's had a stressful week.
No, I'm just...
He's a little bit tired right now.
No. Yeah, shut the fuck up. So, keep complaining, whatever. Yeah, but I mean, Kamen Rider saved it this week. But LuPat, just garbage. I don't know.
Blackwing says, if you pay for this fight,
we're not gonna pay for your flight. We're not gonna pay for your flight. It's not like even if you got over here, you could do any better. So shut up.
Blackwing, take that as a challenge.
Yeah.
Learn to produce. We'll see you at Power Morphicon. Hopefully, maybe we'll give you a shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it says, oh, so that was you that typed it. Yeah, because if you're complaining about things you can't change.
Layla's like, I knew it!
If you're complaining about things you can't change, you know, a lot of people like to think that they can do certain things when they can't, you know? No, you can't. You can't. So, anyways, Johnny, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at JohnnyP313 on Instagram and Twitter. And don't forget, you can also find me at the Las Vegas Comic Con next weekend. Yeah. I'll be out there signing and selling books. So
I
I'll
wish
see
you
some of
told
y'all
me you
there.
were going. I probably would have took some leave and go with you guys to Vegas.
Oh, you still coming? We got time?
Yeah, I would have gone. I would have gone.
Right down early Saturday morning.
Dang. So that means I'm not gonna have you for Henshin next week?
We'll figure it out.
Do it live from Vegas.
Live from Vegas?
Exactly. Come on down.
Slots.
Are you driving? Are you gonna drive me?
I'll drive you.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. When are you leaving?
I'm gonna leave probably like Friday morning, Thursday night.
Oh man.
Free hotel room.
Are you? Did they put you up? Oh, you just. That's cool. See, he's dedicated. He's dedicated. Okay, you can find me on all social media at Jezzer Reyes. You guys, thank you for watching. And remember, if you guys want a retro Henshin Hangout show, just keep share it out to all your friends. Don't backseat produce like Blackwing over there, and yeah, we'll see if we can get something going for you. Also remember, join THS hashtaggers and talk about all the things that you find cool, and you coordinate with each other for Angel Girl Prom, because that's gonna be fun. Blackwing, you're not going, so it's cool.
He'll be there. You'll find a way, Black.
You'll find a way. All right, cool. If you do get here, then I'd like you to produce the Henshin show that week. So
nice.
Yeah.
You heard a Black one. You gotta get that flight now. You gotta shop.
You gotta do it. Yeah, I think Joe said we're gonna do a After Dark. So I guess that's gonna happen on PCR. Yep. But right, again,
cool. So everybody, it's been fun as always.
All right.
And don't forget to keep coming back and checking out the show. And keep coming back to that hashtag show for everything
trending in geek pop culture. If it goes.